Hey everybody, GC Kane here, presenting you the complete walkthrough in the ongoing Snow City 9-hole cup played in Expert Division qualifying round. As you can see from my scorecard, I hit minus 15. Now, I'm going to give you like a quick summary of all the holes. Hole 1, I just played it for a safe birdie, so you see minus 1 there. Hole 2 par 5 is most likely very difficult unless we have ascended tailwind, and in case of qualifying round, we have a cross headwind this time, but I was still able to get an eagle on that, so we will also have a look at that hole. Hole 3, I hit a great shot, that's why I missed the hole in one. Otherwise, the adjustment on hole 3 is also very good. I dropped 3 out of 3, and on the main gameplay, unfortunately, I hit a great shot. Hole 4, par 4 is an eagle. Hole 5, par 3, hole in one. Hole 6, par 5, unfortunately we do not have a sended tailwind, so we are gonna lay up using the big topper and then play the second shot with the big dog using a luminary wall. Hole 7, par 3, a hole in one with the help of the Guardian backspin approach. Hole 8, although it's a cross tailwind, but I still played it conservative because the tailwind was not in the direction of the pin, so keeping that in mind, I played safe, at least in the qualifying round. Hole 9, we have a dead-on headwind, so we need to be very careful with the drive, because if the drive gets messed up, then we are not gonna even have an eagle, because we'll be either in the rough or the bunker, and then reaching in short iron or the wedge range itself will become a very difficult task. So without any further ado, let's start with hole number 1. And before we start with the video or the playthrough, please note that these are my own shots, and if you by any chance feel that my shots are like all based on luck or they are not tested or something like that, I mean my adjustments are wrong or incorrect or anything like that, then you do not have to follow anything I say. There are many other content creators out there who are putting content. You can also refer to them if you would prefer. So all being said and done, let's start with hole 1. Hole 1, par 4. Here we have a cross headwind. I'm going to use my Apocalypse level 4 with a katana ball at an empty position. Max top spin 5.8 bars and 3 bars of left spin. Again, it's an empty position with Apocalypse level 4. Adjusting the drive for max plus 10%. See, we adjust. And then in terms of curl, we'll have triangle left curl, a little more than triangle left curl, an appropriate amount of OP in which we pulled into. Try to hit a perfect shot, not a great right or a great left. Try to hit perfect. But even with a great right, you see we have plenty of room to play with, so we were still safe here. 356 yards. You do not need a kingmaker, you do not need a luminary, you do not need a kingslayer. If you are planning just to have a safe birdie, this is the approach. So that was the drive. We ended up at 356 yards. Shot number 2 will be played with your power wood club, which would be either the Cataclysm or the big dog. In my case, it was big dog level 8. Now you will use about 1 to 2 bars of toss spin and some left spin, having your second bounce just on the fairway above the rough and below the fringe. See right there, the second bounce. Second bounce is very important here. Where is it? Yeah, the second bounce is very important. So make sure you take a note of that second bounce. And this one as well, I adjusted for max plus 10%. Note how many rings you pull into OP and the same rings you will apply while taking a shot. Try to hit perfect. Do not try like, I mean, I know you won't try, but try not to be on the great sides of the shots because you might roll down into the rough or the bunker, or maybe just in the rough. So here for a safe birdie on hole 1. And also note that I will have the timestamps mentioned in this comment section below for your reference, so you can navigate from hole 1 to hole 7 or maybe like hole 6 if you want. So that will make it easier for you. Hole 2 par 5, like I said during the intro, we have a cross headwind here using a Titan ball and Apocalypse level 4, max top spin 5.9 and 2 left spin. I pull back my club at plus 9 yard mark with half of the wide ring inside the rough on left. From here, I adjust my shot for max plus 10%. Notice the amount of rings you pull into overpower and same amount of rings you will apply on your shot. Inner wall left curl. Appropriate overpower. We try to hit perfect. Now do not apply more overpower than what you pull into, because if you do, you might catch a glitch roll and roll into the rough or the bunker on the top. Here I was a little lucky, so keep the overpower in mind. Target yardage would be somewhere between 335 to 345 yards. There I reached the max 345 yards already. Shot number 2 will be more like a transportation shot with your power wood club, which again would be the Cataclysm or the Big Dog. In my case, Big Dog level 8. 2 left spin and 3 top spin. You can use more top spin, but I prefer to use 3 because I want to get into min distance range of my long iron. Yellow ring by the rough. See right there. Adjusting the second shot for max plus 10% once again. You adjust the shot. And in terms of curl, touching the inner ring. And again, appropriate overpower, whatever you pull into. Great left is okay. Great right maybe into the rough, and perfect is obviously safe. So again, we try to hit perfect. And we get somewhere near the bunker, like 15-20 yards from the bunker. Now, when we play shot number 3 for the eagle, very important to keep your ball guideline a little above the pin. I will show you how that works. First reference is to have yellow ring by the rough. Oh, that's bad. Then when you apply your spins, no. See. I will once again tweak my spins there to have it going on top of the cup. See, from here, this is what I mean, on top of the cup, not below the cup, not on the pin, just a little above the cup, right here. And adjustment I played here is min minus 10%. And you will see me apply little baby overpower. See right there, baby OP. We do hit perfect. Take a very nice rough bump. We cast that funnel. Come sweetly towards the pin for an eagle. Now, eagle on this hole will be considered as a bonus because many of the players will be missing either the funnel or they'll be messing up the drive or something like that. So if you drop an eagle on this hole, consider it as a bonus. Hole 3, part 3. This shot I played at minus 5% max. You need to spin your ball guideline to keep it behind the pin. Not behind the pin, but inside the cup. Once you have that, you will adjust minimum distance minus 5%. And now, again, I hit a great shot. I did not hit perfect. In testing, 3 out of 3 times it dropped for the hole-in-one, but here I hit a great left. And we do take a very nice rough bump. From the camera angle, it seemed like we'll drop, but we just missed on top of the cup, right there. So hit perfect, aim the ball guideline behind the pin, but inside the cup, and you will have a very good chance for a hole-in-one. Adjustment, minus 5% at max. Power 3 ball number since we are playing with a Titan there. Hole 4 par 4, here I scored an eagle. For the drive, we'll use 1.5 right spin and 3.5 top spin. 3.5 to 3.8 top spin. Make sure you do not use more than that because we will not get into the intended target yardage for the second shot, the approach shot for the eagle. Then again, extra mile level 8 is a 236 yard driver, so keep that in mind as well. Adjustment for the drive is max plus 10%. Center the ball and hit perfect. Target yardage on the drive is somewhere between 365 to 370 yards. Again, if you use more topspin, you might catch the glitch roll, will be on the rough on top, or you will just not be in the target yardage of where we want to be. Now the eagle shot. Eagle shot is very like I wouldn't call it like a technical adjustment, but you need to find a very sweet landing spot with the ball guard line. I'm sorry, I kicked back here. Watch. So you need to find a landing spot where you can keep the ball guard line one square short of the pin, and you don't need to apply any spin whatsoever. From 365 to 370 yards, I play 45% slider at 10% elevation. Again, 365 to 370 yards. 45% slider with 10% elevation. Ball guard line shy of the pin, no need of any spins. Center the ball and try to hit perfect. Perfect ball. Come in very nice. Right at the pin for a sweet eagle. So keep the drive in mind. 3.5 to 3.8 top spin and 2 right spin. Not 2 right spin, 1.5 right spin. And target yard is 365 to 370 yards. Second shot, I played from 365 to 370 yard range, 45% slider at 10% elevation. Keep ball guide line one green square short of the pin, but going towards the pin. And you don't need to apply any spin whatsoever. And you will have a good chance for scoring an eagle. Hole 5 par 3. I scored a hole in one on this hole. So whenever it's your turn, you are going to adjust for one left spin and 1.2 to 1.3 top spin. See, one left spin and 1.2 to 1.3 top spin there. And now we have two references here. First reference is to have your second bounce in this dark green square. Sorry, first reference is that, and the second reference is your ball guide line should be going swirling that way. Okay, and that is after you apply the spins. Then from here you will adjust for max plus 5%. Max plus 5, center the ball and hit perfect. Perfect ball, and you will see with a nice camera angle, we'll come in right at the pin for a sweet hole in one. Not at the pin, on the left edge of the pin, but still, a drop is a drop, so we take it any single day. So, quick recap. When it's your turn, you will apply one left spin and 1.2 top spin, 1.2 to 1.3 top spin. I will once again show you two references. Here are your two references. Number one reference is the second bounce right here. Number two reference is the ball guard line going swirling that way on the left of the pin. Once you have those references, you will apply an adjustment which is max plus 5%. Try to pull straight 12. If favoring anything, favor 1159, but our aim should be to pull 12, max plus 5%, center the ball, and hit perfect. Perfect ball. Again, we come in very nice. Drop it for a sweet hole in one. If you're a little skeptical about the toss spin, maybe use a couple of practice tokens with different spins, 1.2 to 1.4, like tops, not 1.5, because in that case you will come a little hot and bounce off the pin. Hole 6 par 5. Here we have a cross headwind, so we are going to play safe. I'm going to make use of my luminary ball, which is power 5 wind 3 ball, along with my big topper level 4, max top spin and 1 bar of left spin. At plus 16 yard mark, having my ball guideline centered on the next fairway. Adjustment on the drive is max plus 20%. For 7.6, it was about 3.7 rings. You center the ball and hit perfect. Perfect ball. Now you will have a target yardage of somewhere between 395 to 400 yards, somewhere there. .394, so 395 to 400, depending upon what kind of roll you get. I had like dead roll after the second or third bounces, so that's why a yard short. Second shot will be again power wood club in play, Cataclysm or the big dog. I'm playing with big dog level 8. Now you see the importance of power 5 ball. You don't need to apply any OP whatsoever. You can just use some left spin and backspin. And if you want to have a shy attempt at the albatross, you can try to keep your ball guideline in line of the pin. And if you are not able to do that, maybe use some curl. Eventually we'll be needing to use some curl here because we have tree in our face. So using some curl to avoid clipping the tree. Try to hit perfect. Great left, great right. They will be safe, but we shouldn't rely on them. Try to hit perfect every single time. And you will be either on the fringe or on the green, or maybe somewhere on the fairway for a sweet eagle. So playing safe, at least in the qualifying round. Now we'll have a look at hole 7 par 3. It's a money drop if you get the adjustments right in the first attempt. Okay, this is practice. I did drop it in the main gameplay as well, so let me look for that. Here. Yeah, so we are going to have a look at the main gameplay. I dropped this like 2-3 times. So when it's your turn, you will apply 1 right spin and 7.1 back spin right away. Then first reference is to have your yellow ring by the fringe, and second reference yeah, so this delete, yeah, so first reference is to have the yellow ring by the fringe right there. Second reference is to have your second bounce here. So when you see your second bounce, this is first dark green column, second dark green column, third dark green column, fourth dark green column, fifth dark green column. So in between the fourth and the fifth dark green columns, you're supposed to have your second bounce, and it is 1, 2, 3. This is third row from the top right there. And the adjustment you are going to make is maximum distance and no elevation. So max plus 0. Push the rings. It will be way easier than pulling the rings. Center the ball and hit perfect. You hit perfect. And we have a sweet hole-in-one on hole 7. Hole 8, we do have kind of send it tailwind, like tail crosswind, but we do not have in the direction of the pin. So multiple things can happen if you go with a par 5 wind 1 or wind 0 ball. You can end up in the rough, or you can directly bounce in the sand or something like that. So playing safe here, 3 top spin and 3 left spin, keeping the bounce well over the rough, and try to avoid that glitchy ball guideline like I did there. Now using extra mile level 8 at plus 5 yard mark, we adjust the drive for max plus 10%. Again, if you want, you can play with a par 5 ball, par 5 and 0 ball, send it, and if you reach the green or the fairway, that's very good. But if you end up in rough, then make sure you hit perfect from the rough, because you have so many hazards to play with on the second shot. So in order to get an eagle in the qualifying round, make sure you don't lose the birdie. Drive was max plus 10%. We made 340 yards on the drive. Now second shot, I kind of over adjusted a lot. Not a lot, maybe like 1 ring, I guess. Here for 9.9, and here is no elevation or anything. I just played it by the feel. I adjusted 9 rings for 9.9 miles per hour, which should have been somewhere between 8.5 to 8 rings. Now you adjust the spins, keep the ball guide line to the pin but a little short. See right there, towards the pin but a little short. Like I said, I adjusted 9 rings here. There is no adjustment or calculation on how I got those 9 rings. But again, it was a little over adjusted, and we'll miss this one on the right. See, we missed this one on the right by 0.5 green square. So maybe 8.5 or 8.7 rings, and you will have a good chance for a drop if you are planning to drop this one. I did not play for a drop because given we have a tailwind, but it's not supportive towards the pin. By supportive, I mean it's not helping us to get towards the pin, it's getting more towards the left side of the pin. So having to save ourselves from the rough, it's better than laying up and trying a sniper shot for the approach. That's what I would do if I were to play this hole again in expert, but unfortunately I have the remaining accounts in master. Final hole, hole 9 par 5. We have a dead on headwind. Drive is very crucial here. If you mess up the drive, you are not going to get the eagle. You might, but you will need to score the eagle with the help of a short iron or a max distance wedge. So at plus 16 yard mark, half of the white ring inside the rough on left. 4 top spin and 1 bar of right side spin. Once you apply those spins, and make sure this is with Apocalypse level 4, with Epoch 5 plus, you will be at plus 10 yard mark. Adjustment is max plus 10%. Max right curl and appropriate OP in whatever rings you pull into. Try to hit perfect. Do not hit a great right because you will clip the rough on second or third bounce. Great left is okay, but still we try to hit perfect. Target yardage would be somewhere between 340 to 345 yards. In our case, it was 341. Second shot, you will first apply the backspins, keeping the ball guide line going through the hole. Very important. Apply backspin, keep ball guide line going through the hole. You see right there. Adjustment I played on the second shot is max plus 10%. Now what I do wrong here is maybe max plus 10 was a little extra because we missed this one by like 0.5 green squares to the left of the pin. So max plus 10 minus 0.2, 0.3 rings, something like that. Or you can use the slider percentage from the plus yardage if you want. But it would come nearly same as max minus 0.2, 0.3. You see, we missed by like 0.3 rings there. So use a practice token, use a luminary, try max plus 10 minus 0.3 rings, and you will have a shy chance on an albatross. So that was the complete walkthrough, guys. I hit minus 15 once again. Hole 1 was a safe play. Hole 8 was a safe play. Hole 8 can be like you can push hard on the drive using a par 5 in 0 ball, like I said, but make sure you are somewhere on the fairway because that has like too many hazards to deal with. You have sand, you have rock, which acts like rough, then you have rough itself. So don't lose the birdie in order to chase the eagle. It's only the qualifying round. Try to get minus 14, 15. That's a very good score starting in the final round. Hole 2 par 5, if you drop it for the eagle, it's a bonus. Not many people are going to drop the eagle there because either they will be missing the funnel itself or they'll be botching their drive or something like that. Hole 7 part 3 is a money hole in one. I have broken down the steps when I put the timestamps in the comment section, you will be able to go on to hole 7 directly and then notice how I broke down hole 7 for you. It's a guardian backspin approach. There is a sand bump with the sniper. There is a rough bump with the sniper as well. But what matches my gameplay, my gaming style, is the guardian backspin approach. Now, given that it is very difficult to know what green squares to deal with, so again, the green squares to deal with, I have broken down in the video. You can maybe scroll back right now or maybe wait for like 30 minutes and I will have the timestamps up. But higher possibility, minus 15 or 16. Or if you get lucky and drop hole 1, then maybe even minus 17. So that's it for the playthrough, guys. And once again, if you feel my adjustments are like lousy or something, you do not have to follow anything I said in the video. But if you are watching the video and you're gonna tweak your shots based on my shots using them as a base, then you are more than welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button to support the channel. It does not cost anything. And I'll see you guys in the final round now. Have a very good Thursday if you are just waking up, or if it's the midday, have a good rest of the day. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care and bye bye for now.